At what moment did you say that you were really going to do this? Because we all like think of these awesome ideas, and then they last maybe like what, a day, a week, a month, whatever. And that's essentially too what the book is about, is actually doing something, not just talking about it.
Right. One of my favorite quotes is, "Between concept and execution, there is a land of shadow."
Well, that's good. Yeah,
that's a good one. I forget who said it. There's another one that I love, which is, when all is said and done, there's generally a lot more said than done.
very, very true.
Also very true.
And maybe different in the Seattle area than it is in LA, but yeah, LA is known for that.
So when did I really gear into this? I think it was sort of in that moment, or in that time period, when I realized that this was really coming from a deep place within me, that both the creative side was coming out and the empowerment and inspirational side, and these things came together in the book. And you know, the book is one thing, and you know, we're getting that out and whatever, people are digging it, but I'm also doing lots of workshops, and this for me is actually more powerful because, you know, I already wrote the book and hopefully people read it, and that's great, but interacting with groups of people, whether online or, you know, in live situations, really gives me a chance to connect. And, you know, obviously there's a bit more to it than reading a book. Like there's humans involved. So yeah.
Well, the book has a lot of humor in it, and I enjoy the drawings as well. And you have one that's fairly close to the beginning of the book, where there's a guy sitting on his couch watching TV, kind of slumped and depressed, with like maybe a beer by him. And I find it interesting because that is the acceptable form of recreation.
Right.
And we've all probably fallen prey to it, and it's easy to go there. Why do you think so many people reach for not just a beer or whatever, we don't have to talk about addiction or anything, but that safe place on the couch? Why is that so commonplace?
Because it's easy. Right? I mean, it's easy to lay there and watch TV and click around and drink a beer or eat your ice cream or whatever you're into. It takes energy to do things, to do anything. You know, whether you're going to write your book or make your film or write a new song, or you know, any of those creative things take energy. But here's the difference. At the end of the day, when you're done watching your TV show, okay, fine. Maybe it was good, maybe it sucked, but that's the end of it. When you create something, that energy comes back to you. It doesn't come back to you with a TV show generally.
That's a good point.
So the more energy you put in, the more energy you have, right? If it's something that you actually genuinely love.
Yeah. Now, you talk about this in the book, and forgive me if I'm getting too personal with it, but you said that during the time when you were going to go to high school or leaving high school to go to college, that you had a lot of people around you that you were close to pass away.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, was that part of that sort of NFA mindset that you adopted, because you saw that people probably had best intentions and plans? And
it was definitely a very tough time for me. You know, coming out of high school and you know, the world is in front of us, right? All that kind of thing. And then suddenly seeing that, like, wow, this thing can end, and has for, you know, several of my friends. It was a huge shock, and a deep introspection to just know that the time is always ticking. We don't know if we're going to get another 50 years or another 10 minutes, but there is always a limit to this life, as far as we know. So what are you going to do with it? And for me, you're right, that was a time when I was like, sort of after I got out of that funk, I was like, okay, let's do something meaningful with life, because it is a gift, you know, it's something.
Do you remember what got you out of the funk?
It might have been meeting the greatest guitar player I ever played with, this guy called Mike Schmidt, in college. I met this guy, and you know, lots of people play guitar, and I played music with a lot of people back then and now. But Mike was an extraordinary musician, like ultra level, and for some reason he wanted to play with me and in a band, and he taught me a whole lot, not just about music, but about life through music. So the story that I remember that was really so huge for me was, at that time, I would learn a song and play it, right? Do a cover song or write a song. But I went to get together with Mike. I'm like, okay, Mike, what song do you want to play? He's like, I don't want to play a song. I'm like, what do you want to do? He's like, just play. Just play. I'm like, and I start playing the bass, and Mike starts carving music out of my semi-chaotic, erratic bass line, and it was beautiful. And what I got out of that was how music can be open and free, which is similar to life, right? If the more structured you are, you know, there's great stuff in that. But if you can be free and loose with your plan, magic can happen. It's like a Grateful Dead song. You ever into the Dead?
Well, I grew up in a town that worshipped the dead. I grew up in Palo Alto, so yeah, every year it would become a Dead festival,
right,
essentially.
Right. So the Dead sort of jam every night,
right.
It used to, and some nights it was just a disaster. It was a sonic mess that you just never, like, what the hell? And then other nights it was music that was just so heavenly and divine, and like, how can humans make something so beautiful?
Right.
Right? But they have to step into that chaos, and they have to step into that possibility and just see how it goes. So that's kind of what I got from Mike back then.